Good morning. This is Susan for SLC Aquatics coming to you live from the fish room on Friday morning, December the 27th. I hope everybody had a wonderful Christmas and are still maybe celebrating the holiday with their friends and family. And I just wanted to welcome you all here today. Thank you for coming. Thank you for being with me this morning. I have a few moments to be with you guys so that we can talk about fish, talk about accomplishments that several of the new channels have had recently. And I'm so excited for everybody that is really growing on their channel. And I wanted to let everybody know that I still have self-cloning crayfish available. And to prove it, here is a shot from their webcam. And they are on the move this morning. There is still some residue of the mother's exoskeleton in there. I leave it in there because they chew on it and they devour it, and the snails also enjoy it. And so you don't feed as much when they are eating on it so that they will finish it. So I've been overfeeding them wafers, so they are not doing a good job on getting rid of it. I will probably take it out in the next day or two if it's not completely gone. The mother is, she's the one who molted on last Friday, and that's usually a sign that she's getting ready to maybe berry up and produce some more young. So I really do need to find a home for these pretty little babies. They reproduce 50 to 100 at a time, and they are great food for your large feeders like your cichlids and your Oscars and things like that. If you want to feed them live foods, it's like feeding them shrimp. So I'm going to go over to the chat and say hello to everybody that's in the chat this morning. I want to say hi to Darlene. I cannot read your Asian name. I apologize. So hello and welcome to the live chat today. Rem and Liz featuring fish. Good morning, everyone, from the land of Indiana. I have MySpace, sorry. And Don Gallagher and Storm Riders Aquatics. Melvin is here. Stand Creek Aquatics. Morning, everyone. And SLC. Creek Aquatics. Chevy Fish is here. Blake's Aquatics. Don Gallagher again. Good morning. And let's see. There are a few here that are new to my live stream on Friday morning. I am a guppy breeder. I don't know if y'all have read my description and watched my channel trailer, but welcome to the live stream. And we show love for love. Anybody that's just now seeing someone's channel for the first time, I'm going to go over and should not have done that. Oops, something went wrong. Yes, something went wrong. So guess what I get to do? I get to go over here and I get to, let's see, toggle timestamps. I like to keep an eye on timestamps so that I know how far behind I am in chat. And I was so proud of doing water changes. I don't know if y'all have ever experienced this or not. I was so proud of doing my water changes last week and getting everything, up to par. And the next thing I know, I've got fish dying. And I know y'all have been following me with Father Fish and our series on returning to the natural dirted aquarium. And so I know when I did my water change in my 55 that I was not going to disturb the sand, because I want to buy more sand and put another inch of sand onto it. Well, I've got some rainbow fish that are acting sick, and I'm like, this is the first time that I've ever experienced that. And I'm saying hi to Mr. SLC Aquatics. And but anyway, I've lost 2 of the rainbow fish, you know, at different times. And so I did water changes to get the nitrates probably down. Yeah, the bottom line is I need to do a test on my water parameters. And I don't know if I'm like anybody else, but sometimes I'm lazy when it comes to pulling out the master test kit. And it would solve a lot of problems if I would just go ahead and test my water parameters, and then I would know exactly what I need to do. So I will later on, after I go pick up my son from his doctor's appointment, come in here and do some true non-negligent care of my fish. Oh, Daniken is in here. Hello, Daniken. How are you doing? Everybody is doing great. I'm so glad. I've got an issue. Now I can scroll up and down. I wanted to congratulate Daniken on 200 subs. I want to congratulate Storm Riders Aquatics on 1,000 plus subs. Don, I forget how many you've got, sweetheart, but congratulations. And I know that Fish Room Fever had 500, 600. I know Caleb's got 600. And on Christmas Day, Bob at Kaler's Aquatics was surprised with 1,000 subscribers. And I know Pam at 54 Punchy is doing really good. We got Precious Tranquility in the house. Good morning. Good to have you with us. But I was talking to everybody about how excited you get on doing water changes and getting your fish room caught up and your fish swimming happy in fresh water and everything. And then all of a sudden you start having lethargic fish that act like they're sick and dying, and I'm like, what is going on? So the bottom line is I'm gonna have to get out the master test kit, and I'm gonna have to test my water parameters, and I'm gonna test my tap again too, because something could be going on in my tap water. Hello, JH Aquatics. Good morning, Joseph. How are you doing? And Merry Christmas again to everyone. Daniken is at 414 this morning. So stoked. Wow, congratulations. I know you just posted 200 a few days ago. Congratulations. I would do a quick pH, Don said. Yes, that's one thing Father Fish said, is check the pH. That is a test that we as fish keepers must learn to go to first. I know a lot of times in my aquariums I have high nitrates, and the high nitrates pushes my pH. So I've got a fish down. It's a rainbow fish. So I will be getting him out, doing a quick water change today too. So that's never good news, but I will be working on that. And my maintenance on my hang on the back filters, I try to alternate rinsing the filter media in between water changes. Sometimes that doesn't work. Sometimes I have to do a water change and a filter rinse at the same time. Precious Tranquility said, I had to order a bunch of those little 10 milliliter snap top bottles for my water testing. My least favorite thing to do is clean out the bottles. Yeah, that's all part of it. And I don't know if y'all know Life with Pets with Sheila. Her and her husband do beautiful wood carved little stands to hold your test tubes in. And they'll even engrave like a picture or your name or some saying on it. So I'm going to order one of those, and that keeps me organized. And if my bottles are out where I see them, a lot of times it's a quick go-to instead of the quick the little paper strips, the water test strips. Storm Rider says, on Christmas Day morning, I hit the big milestone 900 mark, but sitting at 903, one step closer, 100 away from 1K and being monetized. Awesome. See, I have the subscribers, but I don't have the watch time. So it's been hard for me to get content up several times during the week. I did put one out the other day on my crayfish. So anybody wants to go and watch that and leave your comments. It was fun. I did a cute little soundtrack to it. I think High Noon. And when you watch the activities of the crayfish, the music kind of goes with the events that actually go on in the aquarium. Chevy Fish says, I hear you, Susan, about test kits. It's so much easier if we had instant readings from probes that could read everything without regiments or something like that. Chevy Fish, yes. I do have a pH meter that I pulled out the other day, and I'm having an issue in a 10-gallon upstairs. And I put the pH probe in there, and it actually wants to read acidic. So I don't know if the probe has been, what's the test? Synced, or I can't remember what the name of the, but anyway, I don't have the test liquid anymore to actually to set it. I love my Apera pH meter. Okay, mine is, I forget, calibrated. Thank you, Precious. Yes, calibrated. I don't have the liquid, so I'm going to look online to see if I can find the calibration liquid and do a calibration on that pH meter and get it going. So maybe smaller water changes for a while, and I'm looking into purchasing some bags of silica sand so that I can add some sand to a couple of my aquariums. I'm not going to go natural dirted tank on all of my aquariums. I'm just going to go on a few of my aquariums and leave the other ones to where I actually do gravel vacs and filter floss cleans, and I'm going to try some different techniques. And I don't know if anybody else has followed Father Fish's videos. I've been watching them again, dirt mixture that he creates. And I watched that video again yesterday, and I got to the video, I think number 3, where he was putting plants in. He hadn't added the fish yet. So I want to talk to him about already having an established aquarium with fish and plants in it. Do I just sprinkle the sand around? I know I asked him in my live broadcast that I did with him, and but a lot of times I haven't had time to go back and actually relax. And sorry, I gotta watch my phone, because when my son's dialysis is finished, I have to jump in the car and leave. So Today I will be doing some water changes. I'm going to work upstairs on my 10-gallon and my 20 long. Right now my 20 long is good. I'm going to take my master test kit up, and I'm actually going to take the time. Hey Caleb, how you doing? Merry Christmas. And I'm going to take the time and do my testing. And writing, I'm going to get a notebook, and I'm actually going to record. I'm thinking about this year in 2020 going through my fish rooms and labeling each aquarium, you know, numbering each aquarium, so that when I keep a log, I will be able to refer back to aquarium number 5, and then write any issues that that aquarium may have been having, and at what date, and what solution or what treatment that I did. And then because I have 17 aquariums right now, I did a top off on my 125-gallon pond the other day, because we reached the 70s, and it was 6 inches low in water, and it was also showing signs of protein bubbles at the top. I wanted to do a water change, but I know when we do top offs, we don't get rid of the concentrated proteins and such. But when we do a top off, a large top off like that, I was up way too late, Joseph says, to get the edit out, but it came out on time, and that is what matters. He said he will be a zombie today, but I fed the algorithm. That is what matters. So I did a top off, and like I said, it was 6 inches low. So in filling it with fresh dechlorinated water, I'm hoping that it will dilute the elements that are in the water column, and it has decreased the protein bubbles. There are no protein bubbles on the surface anymore right now. So on the next water change day that I do, I will go out and do probably a 50% water change. But our weather right now is so, I don't know if your weather's doing what our weather is doing, but we'll be in the 70s, and then we'll go into the 20s and the 30s. So I have to watch that, not to shock them too much, because I am just putting water out of the tap into the pond with dechlorinator. So I need to buy some pond dechlorinator, because I'm using my aquarium dechlorinator. It's not as concentrated, but it still do the job. Danikin says we use paint pens on our tanks, and it helps me put water change dates on the tank, plus if we're medicating, as well as if we have new fish or plants to remember the name. Excuse me. Yes, Danikin, I do that too on occasion. Like behind me, this aquarium here has pond guppies and the date that I brought them in. I think it says September the 14th, 19. So all of those fry have grown up and are now adults giving birth. So I've lost their parents and grandparents, because you know guppies don't live that long anyway. But I did get some good fish out of them. One strain I'm working on, the red mosaics, and then over here in this 10-gallon, I'm working on the yellow tiger mosaics. And these are my own strains, even though I'm calling them after a popular line bred strain. I may change their names later, but definitely I had to do an emergency water change on my goldfish tank. I don't know if I can get you down there or not. On my goldfish tank yesterday, right there, because the filter, the hang on the back filter, quit working, and that water was horrendous. It was, I mean, all in 24 hours, things can really go sour fast. Hello, Dwayne Kitchell. Welcome, 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 and Merry Christmas to you and the wife. Oh, my wife and I are getting old, so it helps us remember. Shh. um, Susan, hope you had a good Christmas and everyone. Yes, Dwayne, thank you so much. The kids came over. My son-in-law and oldest grandson didn't make it due to illness, but the rest of us had fun. We got to FaceTime with our son in California and his girlfriend. And he was driving, so I told him, hurry up and get off the phone because I don't want to see a live accident. Told him to drive responsibly instead of distracted. It's too much of that going on, too many accidents, just anyway. Hello, Rockford Fish Keeping. Hello, Brian. How are you doing? Everything Fish is in the house. Hello, everyone. Hello, Everything Fish. I am so excited. Everybody just coming on in here and blessing my heart. My energy level's low, I know. Sorry about that. We got 13 viewing right now. We have 9 likes. So if anybody would reach out and stretch out and click that like button right now, I'd appreciate it. Also, how is my audio? My audio is doing well. Storm Riders says, I lost 5 fish. I lost all 3 mollies and 2 of my zebra danios, which caused my brackish water tank to crash, and I will try again in 2020. I am so sorry, Melvin. Yeah, that happens sometimes. Sometimes the water perimeters just don't get right, and then once you start having dying fish, your water can go south fast. So yeah, good spirits there. Daniel Keeping Fish is in the house. Hello, Daniel. Merry Christmas to you and a Happy New Year. Rockford says my Laphalilis laid eggs last night. Congratulations. I know you were working on them and got the last 4. Hello, Big Easy. I hope everything goes well, Rockford Fish Keeping, and that you get some survivors from the first spawn. Big Easy Support Group is in the house. Good morning, everybody. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to everyone. Happy Christmas to you too, Susan. Thank you, Daniel. We were talking about how you can feel good about catching up on your water changes, and then the next thing you see is lethargic fish, fish dying, and everybody's been suggesting to check my pH. So I will be getting my master test kit out, and I will be testing my pH. And I told everyone I'm going to start logging my aquariums. I'm going to number my aquariums. I'm going to keep a log of any problems that arise and how I treat it, any solution, any responses. I have a beautiful little grand angelfish that she has a deformity, and that's why I haven't wanted to spawn her. But because my angelfish have not been good parent raisers, I was thinking about once I clean out my cold tank here, some of these fish are going to Dustin Ritchie in Colorado when the weather gets a little better. Right now I think they're having a snow blizzard. Oh, the last 4 were the wrong fish. In fact, pretty much out of 16, I only got 2 that were right. Only difference is one fish has 2 and the other has 3 dots. Interesting. Daniel Keeping Fish, Susan's Aquarium Almanac. Yes. I think it's going to help, especially as I'm getting older and my life schedule is busier. And it will help document and be something that someone else can read and maybe learn from. That's why we vlog also, is so that people can run across our videos and maybe get helped in their situation. We also have Everything Fish says, what's up, Storm Riders Aquatics? Danikin, Daniel saying hi to everybody, Rockford Fish Keeping, and Don Gallagher. We got Joe Coffee in the house. Hello, Joe. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year to you. Big City Bettas. Amber. Merry Christmas, Amber. Sending love and hugs. Thank you so much, sweetheart. Precious Tranquility says, yeah, I don't know how y'all manage so many different tanks. Maybe that's why I prefer larger quantities, reduced numbers. And it does happen. I know I would eventually get a lot of aquariums raising guppies because I have several pure strains now that I'm working on. And I'm doing better on my water changes. I still need to get, I do have some baby brine shrimp. I need to get that hatched out. And I've raised my guppies in colonies. I very rarely separate the males from the females unless they become overabundant and stress out the females. And then I used a breeding tube the last time instead of breeding baskets for my females. And they, of course, got stressed out in the breeding tube. But when someone started dropping a few fry, I removed the tube so that they would have more freedom to actually swim around and the fry could hide in the plants. And anyway, it worked out in my American Green colony. Let me see. Daniel says, sounds like the bestseller in a couple of years when you have added all your information and records. I'd buy a copy, Susan. Daniel, I have enough problem trying to get the newsletter out on time. We're not going to have a newsletter the first part of January 2020 because I haven't been able to work on it. But I do have some excellent articles that have already been submitted. And if you would like to submit anything for the February 2020 newsletter, I'm going to bump it to February instead of January. And don't forget to go to slcaquatics.org and register for your email so that you won't miss the next newsletter that comes out. Yes, Amber's here, Joseph. Is in the house, the Pathos and Breeding Power couple. He says, I'm a zombie. Amber, did you feed my endlers yet? Everything Fish says, I just wanted to stop in. I'm going to the reptile store now, and I'll check it out later. Bye, everyone. Thank you, Everything Fish. Big City Betta says, everyone is fed, LOL. Joseph says, good. Dee, down the wormhole, is in the house. Hello, Dee. How are you doing this morning? Good morning. And Merry Christmas again, and Happy New Year. We were talking about doing water changes, and then sometimes the next day or two you see lethargic or dying fish, and you question, what did I do wrong, or what happened? And of course, it has been suggested to test that pH, because I could have had a pH drop. I didn't test my tap water, and I'm going to test my tap water to see what it's looking like. And I'm also going to test my aquariums that's having the problems in it right now with death, and try to find out what's going on. I don't know what your all's routine is. I tried to do filter media clean out and rinsing in old tank water in between water changes, but sometimes I have to do a clean out at the same day that I do a water change. So I do a smaller water change when I have to do that, because I don't want to upset the beneficial bacteria, you know, the balance within the aquarium. I'm close to 1K, 100 away from, but I finally reached 900. It was a Christmas miracle milestone. Yes. Making some homemade dog food. First try, and found a free raw supply. Exciting, Dee. Please let us know how that turns out. And if you're going to do a video, I'd appreciate a video. Hello, Vinoski Tank and Daryl Deemer. I missed it. Hi. Hi, guys. Hey, Daryl. Hey, Vinoski. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. We got 30 minutes left in the program. If anybody has any questions this morning about my stock, or if you're having a problem in your aquarium, let's share it with those that are in the chat today. And I'm hoping to be able to get back. I won't be available Tuesday night because that is our watch night service. And I'm going to have to come home early so I can get up and take my son for dialysis on New Year's Day. So after New Year's Day, I should be able to get back into schedule. SLC Aquatics, hey, how are you doing? Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. Rockford Fish Keeping says, I like the Aquaneat CLL pet supplies, sponge filters. They have 2, so every week you can clean just 1. Oh yes, I do have, I think I have 2. I don't know if it's Aquaneat or not. Thank you, Brian. I do have the sponge filters that have 2 sponges on the apparatus. Roberto's in here? Is that RLC? Bye, honey. Love you. I like the, I usually have 2 sponge filters in each aquarium, but I do need to update and upgrade a couple of my aquariums that way. And if I do my 55 the way Father Fish suggests, I will be adding a sponge filter to my 55. I know he uses sumps and canister filters on some of his aquariums, so I'm going to talk to him more before I do a major change up in my aquariums. The 29 right here is doing fairly well. It grows algae because of the light. The light is a 10,000 lumen plant light, and my guppy grass has taken over again. This is my mud guppies. I emptied it almost out with James when James came and bought 10 bags of fish. But I've been outsourcing some of the males, which are still from the same line but different generations. So I was getting low in males. I had plenty of females, and someone asked me about females, and I need you to email me so that we can get some females to you, because you just wanted some females to breed. So everybody's still saying hello, and my chat is back up on top chat again. So let me see what the live chat is saying. Let's see. Dwayne Kitchell says, Susan, is that a new hairdo? Looks good, girl. It's a mess, Dwayne. It's a mess. It's a grow out from that short haircut that I had, and I've trimmed it up, so you like it. It's a mess now. Oh, Jesus. Oh, see my bald spot. Okay. That's the way it goes. Thank you, Dwayne. Sand Creek Aquatics is in the house. Hello, Sand Creek. How are you doing? Oh, you've been here. You just left dialysis. Oh, bless your heart. I know it's hard on your body. Rockford Fish Keeping says, I have 2 ATI Pro number 5s, 1 on each end, and then at least 1 Aquaneat sponge filter for my 55s. I also reset up my ATI sponges, the Airstone is in the tube now. Easy cleaning. Okay, nice. Are you going to film that, or have you filmed that? Any new guppies, Susan? Yes, RLC. I don't know if you've seen my tuxedo red koi panda guppies. I'd have to get my, let me see if I can scroll over here. Y'all hold on to your seats. Okay. This aquarium right here has those guppies in it. And they have a little orange right here. And their caudal fins are orange. I'm not able to zoom in. I'm sorry, RLC. But this is the colony of the tuxedo red koi panda guppies. I lost two of my, it's sad. I lost two of my green cobra male guppies. I have one living. He's highly stressed. I went ahead and added my honey gourami in the tank with him to try to calm him down. He does come out and swim a little bit, but most of the time he's hiding and stressed. So I'm going to have to try to find two females for him pretty soon to help comfort him. Let's see. My mutt guppies too are SLC Aquatics. My mutt guppies are breeding again really well. My half moons, I'm working on building that colony back up. This is my cold tank behind me that's cloudy because of fish death. I've got to get in there. I've got to clean out the filter media, and I've also got to clean out the fish that are dying. Something happened in that aquarium too, and I don't know what happened. So I got to investigate. I got to do water testing and finding out what's going on. You can see the airstone thing in the second to the last video showing the rock work in the 55 and 37. They are plastic cleanable airstones from Ken's Fish. Okay, Rockford Fish Keeping. I will go back and look for that. Daniel Keeping Fish says, just got you there. We'll look through your video library later on to Daniken Aquatics. Yes. RLC says, it's okay. I still need to catch up with everyone's videos. It is very difficult. I have over 1,000 channels that I subscribe to. And I bounce around from live streams to watching pieces of video clips. I try to watch the video clip all the way through. Sometimes most of the time I click the like button, but I forget or don't have time. I'm on the fly to leave a comment. So if you get a comment from Susan for SLC Aquatics, you better be thankful. We got Prethmesh in the house. Prethmesh! Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. I hope you're doing well. That's our friend all the way from India. Good to see you, my friend. RLC says, it's okay, I still need to catch up. Okay. Blah, 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 morning, blah, 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 blah. I've been on dialysis for 16 years. Awesome. Are you also on a kidney, you know, where you receive a kidney? Are you on the donor list for a kidney? Joshua doesn't qualify for donors list that I know of. Hello, Steamfod Aquatics. Hello there, Bob. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. We're talking about water changes and then everything that goes wrong after a water change that can go wrong. Lethargic fish, dead fish, pH swings, I don't know. Do I change the filter media? Do I rinse the filter media out? Do I do it in between water changes, or do I do a small water change and do I rinse the filter media out then, or the sponge filter? You gotta see. Everyone, my 15-minute break is over. All right, RLC, thank you. Happy New Year. So Bob, I know you've talked about this many, many times. Everybody says test for pH. In most of my aquariums, they run high in nitrates. So when my nitrates are high, I have discovered that they will take my base pH and make it acidic. And when I do a water change, then that's when I start seeing more fish death. So I'm probably changing too much water, causing a pH swing. I don't know how to do it gradually. Smaller water changes. I know if I add calcium or crushed coral, it actually releases the buffer, because I don't know. I've heard of using baking soda to buffer your pH, crushed coral. I also have some aragonite that my son-in-law gave me, and that needs to be rinsed before you put that into your aquarium. So anyway, Susan's got her hands full this afternoon. I'm going to number my aquariums, and Father Fish is in the house. Diatomaceous earth. That's what helps with pH, Father Fish. Everybody welcome Father Fish into the chat. Hello, Father Fish. Your new fish room is an inspiration. Yes, Bob's new fish room is awesome. Big City Betta says, oh, it works so good for African cichlids though. Nasty, dusty though. Yes, it is. And I actually put some aragonite into a little, it's not quite a gallon vase that a friend gave me that actually was formed in the glass shop to fit on top of a piece of driftwood. It's beautiful, but it's not big enough for any fish to live in it. So I'm thinking about redoing the 55 and put that in as a centerpiece and make it like a aquarium inside of an aquarium, a fish bowl inside of an aquarium. Anyway, I don't know. It puts carbonates in the system. Okay. Thank you, Father Fish. I use eggshells as a buffer. Oh, excuse me, I'm gonna sneeze. Daniel Keeping Fish says, thing is, once you start buffering with bicarbonate soda, you need to measure constant and keep on top of it to avoid fluctuations. Better to aim for a consistent approach. Sand Creek Aquatics is saying hello to Father Fish. Father Fish says, I love eggshells. Hello everyone, happy to be here, and Happy New Year, and Merry Christmas, and Happy Hanukkah, and I know there's other holidays like Kwanzaa and stuff like that. I'm not gonna belittle it, but Happy Kwanzaa. Just happy to be alive day. Must spend an hour rinsing this stuff when I set up my last Shelly tank. Oh, that's how it happens when I rinse play sand. Oh, I can't stand play sand. I use bicarb for emergencies. Okay. Just checked you out. We'll look through your library later. Yes, Daniel, Keeping Fish. Check out Father Fish. You will enjoy his playlist and his many different subjects. One on the dirtied aquarium, and then foods, I do believe, and I haven't checked out all of his playlists, but he has several. Never use play sand. Use pool sand. Okay. I'm also looking into those 50-pound bags of silica sand. Father Fish, when I convert my 55 over totally, I will be chit-chatting with you privately so that I can understand the conversion, so that I do everything for the best of my fish. Because I have fish in, I have plants in, I have 2 inches of black sand, and I want to add more sand. I need to know, do I remove the hang on the back filters, or I probably need to add more sponge filters and let them become seeded with beneficial bacteria before I actually take the hang on the back filters off completely. Just because I got a fish down, I lost another rainbow fish. Just turn the filter off when adding sand. Oh yeah, that would make sense. Well, I've got a few more minutes here, guys. 10 more minutes. It's $10 for a 50-pound bag, Daniken says. Yeah, I've been pricing the silica sand, and I'm really excited. I'm going to go look locally first, so I don't have to pay the extra shipping to have it shipped here to the house. At least turn the HOB filters off when adding sand, because it will kill the motor magnet. Yes, I'm aware of that. Please watch this commercial and I will return. Hi, Susan Aquatics here, touching lives one fish at a time. Hashtag FishFamMom. Coming to you today on the study of my 20-gallon colony breeding tank. It is a Tetra 20-gallon kit that I bought from Petco 4 years ago, and it is running with a Whisper EX20 on the back. It has an Aqueon, probably a 200-watt heater in it. I'm not sure. It has a sponge filter rated for 20 gallons, and it has a double sponge filter in the left corner rated for 20 to 40 gallons. The gravel substrate is a smooth, small, medium, I think a medium pebble. It has a Mopani driftwood in it with some wild caught moss on it, Java moss, and the plants in the tank are guppy grass, which is naja, and hornswort, and I have a few pieces of Java fern in there, a little bit of wild grown green hair algae that I think the maramba balls are made out of, but the little moss balls. I also have brown and pink ram's horn snails in there. I have a colony of peppered Corydora catfish. And okay, thank you for sticking with me. Let's see, I saw where Rockford says to invest in a central air system pump so that all my tanks can run off the same air pump, much less on the electric bill. Yeah, one day when I reorganize my aquarium, my fish room down here, I'm gonna add a couple more racks and take some of these stands out. The stands are great if you have a standalone aquarium, but because I need more aquariums for breeding purposes, I need to do a central air system eventually. Daniel Keeping Fish says use a spare filter or an airline into a bottle with filter floss in it to clear the water so you can get your hang on the backs on quicker. Father Fish says Tractor Supply has black sand. Thank you, Father Fish. I will be checking them out. DIY bottle filter style. Yes, Daniel. I got you. Like over here. I also use bottle filters with bags of activated carbon. I run sometimes my water changes through activated carbon to add carbon into the water column. Love the Patreon ad. Must learn to do this. Thank you. Yeah, I'm gonna have to activate it again. I still have some of my mods. I don't know if Daryl is able, or Dwayne, or any of them are able to catch my website links and email. You know, my website is right here, and then my email is right here. So if anybody needs to contact me, I'm also on Facebook under SLC Aquatics, and you can also reach me there, and you can private message me there. Jane Tanked is in the house. Jane, how have you been? My goodness, how long has it been? 6 months or more? Hi, Susan. Saw you were live and wanted to wish you a Happy New Year. Thank you, Jane. Happy belated Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year to you, Jane. Daniel Keeping Fish says exactly, Susan. Use a couple of them to clear the water when you change the sand to clear the water. Then get your HOBs back up quicker. Yep, got you. That makes sense. Storm Riders Aquatics says, so my 20-gallon tall used to be my brackish water tank is now my freshwater desert community tanks. I'm thinking about my 40-gallon breeder tank. What should I go with? Turtles, goldfish, rainbows, or AFCs? Well, it's going to be personal preference there, Melvin. For a 40-gallon breeder, you can enjoy your rainbows. You can enjoy, I wouldn't put goldfish in a 40 breeder because they grow too big too fast. And my poor little fellow down here in a 10-gallon, I've been waiting for him to get big enough to introduce him into the pond. So the temperature in the pond right now is about 55 degrees. So I want to wait till the water temperature gets back up to about 60, 65 before I introduce him, because here he's about 68 degrees in his tank. So I'm waiting for that so he doesn't have, I don't shock him. Thank you, Dwayne, for sharing my web link, my web page. Father Fish says, the mob introduced me to Dwayne at 2:30 this morning. Remember, Father Fish, I was talking about Dwayne Kitchell and you reminding me of him, and two old schoolers right there. I love both of you very, very much. 2:30 this morning. Y'all need to learn when to go to bed. Insomniacs. Saw that, Father Fish. Smile. Yes, I love you guys so much. I'm going to have to go ahead and end my stream. We got a lot of information here, so any comments after this video post, I want you all to add your comments, add your questions, add your suggestions, and don't forget to click the like button and share it out. I still won't be with you Tuesday night because it's New Year's Eve. That's our watch night service. I have to get up early to take my son to dialysis on New Year's Day. But after New Year's Day, I should be able to get back on my regular schedule. She is on a roll. Love you. I want everyone to have a safe, warm, happy New Year. I don't know if you do any New Year's resolutions or anything like that, but this is always a good time every day of our life to take account of your life and to make sure that you're happy. And if you're not happy, start making small steps towards making your life happy. Great stream, Susan. Thank you so much. Have a great day, everyone. Happy New Year. And I love you. See you soon.